Good afternoon, Dr. Hamilton and Amy. Thank you so much for spending the time to watch this video and to see some ideas that I put together that we can help promote prestige regenerative medicine. So we have a two-pronged approach that I think that we need to do. First of all, people are so used to the Viagras and the Cialises of the world in order to solve their erectile dysfunction problem. So with new cutting edge technology that is GainsWave, what we need to do is educate people on this new procedure. And when we do that, then you will become the trusted advisor for their problem, and they will come to prestige regenerative medicine in order to solve that problem. So I put together a plan on how we can both educate erectile dysfunction sufferers on the efficacy of GainsWave, and then in that regard, grow new patients to prestige regenerative medicine. So I'm going to jump right in, very conscious of your time. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for trusting me in this process and providing me with the necessary information in order to put this plan together. For more than 40 years, Action News Now has been helping hundreds, if not thousands, of small businesses grow their businesses by cutting through the clutter that is today's advertising world. We create simple yet proven strategies that are effective and they work. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we call the new rules of local advertising. We need to drive results in a multi-screen world because people aren't just spending their time in one area, right? They're all over the place. So we put together a new platform, if you will, to marry those two things, the traditional advertising and the digital advertising, or tradigital. So I put together this plan and I wanted to share it with you. First of all, I want to tell you a little bit about our medium, why it's so effective. The power of video is phenomenal. In today's fragmented media world, many small and medium advertisers are finding it difficult to rise above that clutter. They're getting more than 2,000 messages every single day from all different ways into their space. But statistics show that video is the most powerful form of communication. It does three things. It combines sight, sound, and motion in order to elicit an emotion and create a sensory urgency. All the necessary elements are needed to adequately show that and demonstrate that products and services in a memorable way. I was just reading a study that showed that when it comes to acoustic stimulation, people remember the stimulation approximately 15 to 20% of the time. When it comes to visual stimulation, it bumps up to about 30, but when you combine acoustic and visual, 65% memory recall. So video is the most effective method of communication in remembering brands or products and services, things like that. Now I want to tell you a little bit about how much time actually people are spending with TV and with video in general. Dr. Hamilton, you did say that you were not sure about how much time people are actually watching TV. This was a study done in 2018 that shows people are spending approximately 3 hours and 57 minutes a day watching media, whether it's on TV or on their phones. So it's a little bit skewed because, and this actually might be skewed in your favor because grandma and grandpa, elderly individuals, are probably watching between 7 and 8 hours of TV a day. But we find that individuals aged 35 to 64 approximately are spending about 3 hours of watching television a day. The next one is mobile. So they're watching videos on their phones, on their tablets, things like that, and then online radio, desktop, so on and so forth. So we find that this is the pinnacle of time spent is between TV and mobile video. So I put together a plan that has both of those elements combined, again, to create that memorable branding position for your practice. The concern is that a lot of businesses miss is the right method for how to communicate. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how the most effective method of putting together a message. So you need three things. First of all, you need your right audience. You want to chase your core patient or your core customer. So when I talked to Amy, we figured it's about 45, 50-year-old all the way up to 65, 70-year-old men suffering from obviously erectile dysfunction. When you go after the lower end or the higher end of your core customer, it's not you don't find the same results. You want to get the most bang for your buck. So you go after your core customer, and I put together a platform that hits those individuals. Second of all, you want to have the right message, meaning you don't want to talk about, you can't be everything to everybody. In this case, we want to show why the Gaines wave is the most effective treatment for erectile dysfunction, and not have to talk about a bunch of different things, because when you talk about a bunch of different things, it's not very memorable. So consistency is key in messaging. You want to provide that one key benefit in that you can have a painless, drug-free, non-invasive treatment in as little as 6 treatments in order to have a better time with your significant other. So we want to make sure that message is singular. You don't want to talk, it likely has a dozen different benefits, but you want to talk about the maybe 2 or 3 key benefits of this one treatment. I know your practice does a lot of different things, but we want to focus specifically on one thing, and that's the Gaines wave treatment. The other thing is having a less time in less areas. So what that means is, if you think about how, if you think about this is my little metaphor that I put together. The point of this is to get a fully grown tree, and if you water too much and you spread yourself too thin, the tree never grows up. And what that means essentially in the advertising world is, if you put a little bit in a little bit of your resources in a lot of areas, you're never actually hitting those areas as hard as you can. And those are different mediums like TV, billboard, radio, newspaper ads, things like that. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're watering enough within this metaphor in order to grow a healthy tree. In this case, you want to make sure that you're spending enough time and resources in fewer areas in order to make sure that you have growth for your practice. And we find that, again, our medium is the best medium for that. Jay Baer, he's a traditional and digital marketer. He wrote a book called Hug Your Haters. He's a world-renowned online marketer, and he had an interesting thing to say regarding the combination of digital and traditional advertising. So I'm going to play that for you right now.
Hey, it's Jay Baer, founder of Convince and Convert, New York Times best-selling author and digital strategy consultant to some of the world's largest brands. People talk all the time about search and local search and how important it is, and it is important. But here's a key truth. Google, no search engine, can create demand. It can only fulfill demand that already exists. Here's what nobody has ever done in history. Nobody ever goes to Google and says, I don't know, just surprise me. People search for things that they're already interested in. So yes, digital is important, search is important, but traditional is equally, if not more important, because something has to create the demand that people search for.
So as you can see, Jay says, all you want to do is create demand. You want to pique interest of individuals. People just don't go online and say, hey, I'm kind of interested in something, maybe it surprised me. You have to create the demand for your product, in this case, solving that problem of individuals' erectile dysfunction. Now, I told you I would show you some results that we've gotten, and first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about this practice. Dr. Asfa is a board-certified plastic surgeon in Virginia. He's worked with our sister station out in Virginia, and he's had great results utilizing television. So I want to share with you a word from Dr. Asfa.
My practice has tried multiple advertisements regarding newspaper, regarding TV, regarding even word of mouth and everything. The main thing besides word of mouth is TV, and you get your money back. The best result from advertisement comes from the TV commercials that I have. When I run my specials, it actually makes my phone to ring, and I can see the results. I have introduced few people to have advertisement through the TV, and when I hear back from them, it has worked the same way that it worked for me, 100% results.
Another case study that we have is from a gynecology practice in Tucson, and KVOA is another sister station in our group, and they worked with KVOA to promote a Mona Lisa touch treatment, which is essentially I'm sure you're very familiar, female incontinence, vaginal rejuvenation, and they worked with a our sister station, and they put together a plan that's primarily news and a health segment. We have the same thing that I'm going to get into shortly. And within the first couple months, they were able to pay for their equipment, which was $150,000. So they netted $150,000 from 2 months worth of this platform. You can see the slide and some of the different elements that are in there. I've kind of mimicked their presentation a little bit in terms of the platform that they put together. So they found great success promoting their Mona Lisa Touch, and I think we can do the same for the GainsWave for Prestige. So I want to talk a little bit about positioning in the market. What is your position in the market? First of all, right now you're the only provider of the GainsWave, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't going to be more providers as the treatment grows a little bit stronger. But it's critical to be first in the market. It's almost being first is almost better than being better. So if you take the position of you are the only provider of the GainsWave treatment, the most effective, non-surgical, drug-free, painless erectile dysfunction treatment in the Northern California area, you will win. And you want to be known for something, in this case, being the only provider of GainsWave. People may not need you now. People may not even realize that they're suffering from from erectile dysfunction. But you want them to know you before they need you. It's better than not being known and being needed. So we put together a few creative messages that we found success with, and I'd like to share a few with those now. This is a testimonial style advertising from the Activation Clinic in Hawaii. So I'm going to play this for you right now.
All of us want to have that youthful, spunkful energy that we used to. The GainsWave at the Activation Clinic, they just use sound waves to promote tissue growth. I kind of like that it's just pain-free, and I didn't have to pop any prescription medicine pills, and it was a very fast procedure.
I noticed a significant improvement in my performance in bed. My wife said, wow, it definitely makes me a happier person, I would say, overall.
Reclaim your sexual confidence. Call us today for a private consultation.
So very simple, very effective approach where they had their patients talk a little bit about their experience with it. It's a very simple approach. This next creative example that I've prepared is a combination deal.
Orchidia Medical Group in Naples is here to help you look, feel, and live better. Our board-certified physicians are excited to now offer men our most advanced GainsWave and Libido package for intimate health, including the trusted GainsWave acoustic wave therapy, plus our special IV vitamin cocktails and injections for libido, energy, immunity, and hormone levels. Call us today at 239-330-9855 or visit us online at orchidiamedicalgroup.com.
So Orchidia put together a bundle deal, if you will, with the GainsWave treatment and the IV booster of some vitamins and minerals that has been known to boost libido. So a combination, so you can get that value, customer looking for value. So you can combine some of your other treatments. Now, I don't really recommend, because again, going back to that one thing to one person as opposed to everything to everybody, but it does have a good value proposition that they can save a little money if they're actually trying to really get down to the root of that problem. So that's another approach. I really like this next approach from the New Male Medical Clinic. Being the educator, right? You want to be, this I think is a great approach for you to take to educate individuals on the treatment, because like I said at the beginning, we have to do two things. We have to educate people that they actually, first of all, have a problem, educate sufferers that they can solve this problem pain-free incredibly quickly, and then educate people that you are the provider for them.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Sander with New Male Medical Center. As the experts in men's sexual health, we work with every patient individually to design a custom treatment program with the most advanced treatments available for ED and low T. Our therapeutic treatments are 98% effective, and no pill can say that. Plus, at New Male, you'll receive a superior patient experience and the highest quality patient care. Your problems are nothing to be embarrassed about. Call New Male Medical Center today and let us restore your self-confidence and vitality.
So, as you can see, New Male Medical Clinic, they showed the success rate of the treatment, and they position themselves as the teacher, the educator. of how to solve your erectile dysfunction problem. So I have put together a script that I think does that very well, and I'm going to read it for you in a second. First of all, I want to show you a little bit about the strategy. You want to have a well-crafted message that grows top-of-mind awareness for your practice, and you want to create word of mouth. So the byproduct of having a strong message is people will talk about it. And our medium does that better than any other form of advertising. The GainsWave, again, a great position to have because you would be the only one. And again, using that educator position, that not only, you're not just there to sell people something, you're there to help them, to guide them through their problems. In this case, erectile dysfunction. And by highlighting one treatment, you do two things. First of all, you get people to go to your website, so we'll drive web traffic. And from there, they'll make phone calls, they'll download some white papers that you have. I saw you have an informational packet when somebody gives you a call. Part of the plan is to disseminate that information more and to get more people talking about the GainsWave and its effectiveness. And more sales, more appointments, growth. And this is a long-term campaign because we want to establish you as the leader in erectile dysfunction treatment. Action News Now, you want to focus on a couple things. First of all, DVR-proof programming, in this case news and live sports. Those are the two things that people watch live on a consistent basis. News programming gives you credibility. When they see people on the news, they automatically, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, associate credibility to your brand or your product or your practice. And people, people come back every day to watch the news because the weather's going to change. People really, really care about what's happening in their community. So local news and live sports are the two areas that you're going to want to be in, and you want to concentrate. So you don't want to spread yourself too thin. Again, going back to that growing the tree metaphor. You want to concentrate. So we'll put together a schedule that's focused and concentrated, and I'll show you that in a second. And here is the storyboard of a script I put together. So I'm going to read it for you. 1 in 5 men are suffering from erectile dysfunction after the age 40. Are you one of them? I'm Dr. Robert Hamilton, and I would like to talk to you about a procedure called GainsWave. GainsWave is a non-invasive, drug-free erectile dysfunction treatment that can end your problems in the bedroom for good. The treatments are painless and can be done over your lunch hour. Read my free report at GainsWaveReading.com to learn more. It's time to restore the joy in your life. Call us at Prestige Regenerative Medicine for your free consultation today. It's very simple, it's very effective. You talk about how you're going to not only solve their problems, but also you're going to show them how those problems can be solved. You're going to be, you're going to be the guru, the guide for solving that problem. And you're driving traffic to your website because people are going to go to your website and download your informational packet, which lends more credibility to the procedure and to you. I have a few other pieces of, 2 cents worth of free advice, if you will. I would start a YouTube channel. I'm going to send you this presentation with the links. This is Dr. Paul Savage. He created a YouTube channel. He's a provider in Chicago, Illinois, and he has a dozen or dozens of YouTube videos that he creates themselves. It's incredibly simple. You don't have to do one every couple days like Dr. Savage does, but it does 2 things. First of all, it establishes a further credibility where people can go to get free resources from you, and that just furthers your brand. In addition, it's another entry point on your searchability on like Google and Bing. When somebody looks up your Prestige Regenerative Medicine or your name, that's another entry point of that search engine function. So more information out there, and again, it's incredibly simple to do. You can do YouTube videos from your phone. Can give you a few tips on how to do that. But it's just another entry point and a free resource that you can continue to grow your practice and let more people know about GainsWave and that you provide it here in this area. Going back to our Tradigital, more people than ever are spending time on a multi-screen approach, meaning that while they're watching TV or while they're doing whatever they're doing, they're also on their phone, on their tablets, on their laptops in front of the TV. So we put together a plan that you approach people from both venues. and you can read over some of those facts in the little infographic that I included there. First one, again, going back to this educator position, we have a program that on our station that we call Health Watch. So essentially what it does is it positions you as the expert in the industry. This is category exclusive, meaning no other providers of men's health will be able to be in this. It's exclusive to you. And what we do is we do a couple things. We record 2-minute interview segments with one of our anchors, and you will provide questions and answers in order to educate more people on the treatment. So it's a longer form interview process, and we play those throughout the day on our broadcast station. And it includes a wealth of digital advertising products as well, and I'll go into that in a second. But you combine the power of our broadcast and your knowledge and your expertise to educate more individuals on the GainsWave and on erectile dysfunction treatments. So with our Health Watch program, you get up to 6 topics on in a 2-minute long form interview segment, a jump page on our website that looks like this, and those videos will be hosted there, as well as some information on your practice, clickable links to drive more people to your website, as well as a digital flyer, if you will, talking about your practice and a little description of your practice that people will go to when they want more information. You'll also get a promotional announcement talking about Health Watch that we air up to 20 times per month, and as a sponsor, it'll a vocal name recognition on that promotional element, and a web page sponsorship on the front page of our website. So it's a pretty holistic digital advertising, but not just advertising. Again, it sets you up as the expert in this industry. And this is a little segment that I wanted to show you. It's a 2-minute long one, but this is just a clip of it.
Being able to hear is important in our everyday lives, but not everyone has perfect hearing. Joe Bartlett, President and CEO of Bartlett's Hearing Aid Centers, joins us with more on how treating hearing loss can affect our overall well-being. Joe, thanks for joining us. How is overall health affected by treating someone's hearing loss?
Well, hearing loss can potentially lead to dementia. It can lead to cognitive decline, social isolation, even depression. So having better hearing and setting people on a better course.
So as you can see, it's not just selling a product, it's actually informing more people and going into details about the procedure. And we air those throughout the week. Another component of the platform that I put together is banner ads on our website. So you'll get preferred placement on the front page of our website within stories and things like that, as well as video pre-roll, which is your commercial will play before our news segments when people watch online. We get 620,000 monthly visits from 300,000 unique individuals every single month, and more than 2 million pages are viewed on our website. Tell you a little bit about how far we actually go. This is our coverage map, where we go all the way up from the Oregon-California border all the way down as far south as approximately Yuba City. So you will be covering a wide span of individuals, and there's a lot of people who can utilize your topic. So that's why it's important to have a wide range of speaking to your potential patients and customers. Why work with Action News Now specifically? We have no nonsense live local breaking news. We offer about 35 hours of local news a week. There are stories that are relevant to your patients, your potential patients, your customers, your community. And when severe weather happens, not just severe weather, but now we have a lot of fire concerns. So people are constantly watching just to make sure that everything's going to be okay. Why not let them know that you offer a service and a cure for their ails? A little bit about how we, the individuals that we speak to. Some of the programs that I have you in, more than 4,500 people are watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy every single day. Action News Now at 6 p.m. is one of the most watched newscasts in our area. 6 p.m. on both KHSL, CBS, and KMVN, NBC, as well as CBS Evening News. So I'm going to go over the plan that I've put together right now. So this is the broadcast advertising schedule that I put together. We have 6 commercials on Monday through Wednesday on the first 2 weeks of the month. So essentially how it'll go is you'll be on for the first 2 weeks of the month, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, between 6 and 7 a.m. And then the second week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, between 6 and 7 a.m. The next is our Action News Now evening news on CBS. So same thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, first week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the second week. And then CBS Sunday Morning is one of the most watched, particularly by men age 45 plus. So you'll have on Sunday morning 2 spots out of 2 weeks out of the month. Sunday morning between 7 and 8:30 a.m. and then again Sunday between 7 and 8:30 a.m. And then on KMVN, the same thing. Action News Now in the morning, Monday through Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Second week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or 6 commercials. Action News Now evenings, 5 to 6, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 weeks out of the month. And then the creme de la creme, if you will, of programs that we offer, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Again, watched by 10,000 people combined between 7 and 8 p.m. on NBC. We also have the 6 rotations of your 2-minute interview segments every month, and as a bonus, an additional 30 rotating schedule spots just to give that additional juice to make sure people are seeing your commercial. 30 spots bringing a grand total of 68 commercials per month. For the digital side, we have the 220,000 collective impressions from the Health Watch, so the individuals who are going to our website, to your page, banner ads, pre-roll video, and then in addition, an additional 10,000 pre-roll video plays, the 30-second commercials that play before each news segment on our website. Those are unskippable and they're clickable, so people will drive to your website, gainswavereading.com, for a total of 290,000 impressions per month. So on the broadcast side, 68 commercials per month. On the digital side, 290,000 impressions per month. A little bit about how many people we're going to reach. Based on this schedule that I put together, we're going to reach approximately 447,750 men ages 40 plus are going to see your commercial, whether digitally or by broadcast. After a first month, 55% of the men age 40 plus in the Northern California are going to see your commercial at least 3 times. After 12 months, 83.9% of men ages 40 plus that meet the demographic in this area are going to see your commercial an average of 25 times. So as you can see, as more and more, again, it's about continuity and consistency, staying in front of people's heads so you reach more of the individuals who are going to utilize your product. This is a few of the businesses that we work with. As you can see, we have some medical individuals in this, as well as all kinds of different. We work with a lot of different businesses, but we've found success with a ton of them. So just a few of the companies that we work with now. This was the one thing that we talked about over the phone for a little bit, and that is NFL football. This is right in your wheelhouse for that age 35 plus. Not only hitting those individuals who might be suffering some of the initial symptoms of erectile dysfunction, but also going up the scale on those individuals who are in full-blown ED and need help. Of the most viewed top 50 programs on television, 42 of them were NFL football games. Nearly 123 million people across the United States watched regular season. So this is the schedule. You'll get a spot in both the preseason games as well as a spot in every single one of the regular season games, as well as a spot in the AFC wildcard playoffs, AFC playoff game, and then the AFC championship in January. This package, show you on the screen, approximately $31,000 value, but we can break that up into equalized payments so you don't have to come out of pocket. But I think this is going to be probably the most successful for your company because it's really, really the individuals that you're looking to speak to. So now I'm going to sum everything up a little bit, and I'm going to send you the presentation so you don't have to listen quickly. You can read it as you'd like. But we've got 74 commercials per month, including those bonus commercials, or 888 commercials per year. That's 68 30-second commercials and at least six plays of the 2-minute interview segments rotating throughout the day. And that's 816 30-second commercials per year, or 72 of the 2-minute interview segment plays throughout the year. We have 230,000 digital impressions, or 276 million impressions per year, and that's the banner ads, pre-roll video, and that doesn't even include the individuals who come to your page on our website. We have the NFL football package. We'll produce the jump page for free on our website. We'll produce not only up to 6 topics of 2-minute interviews, as well as a 30-second commercial, all inclusive in this for committing to us long-term. Again, we're looking to form partnerships, so we're throwing in a ton of value just so it makes sure that you find success and that we help you find it. And we'll produce all the banners and everything like that, all inclusive in this package. So everything including the monthly investment for the TV schedule, the NFL package, and all the digital media is approximately $5,585 per month. And again, this is segmented, so if there's something that you like, you don't like, we can absolutely make sure that everything gets included in there that you feel comfortable with and you think that will find success. From September to February, and that's because of the 6 months worth of NFL football schedule. After that, it's a $3,000 a month monthly investment. So that's the broadcast commercials and the 2-minute interview segments, as well as the digital media. So from September to February, $5,585 per month, and then after that, from March to August, $3,085 per month. A little extra, a little bonus, if you will. Again, just talking about committing to us long-term, because we have a long-term commitment to you. We'll fully produce a 30-second commercial, and then fully produce those up to 6 topics for those interview segments. 25,000 additional banner ad impressions on actionnewsnow.com, and I'll throw in, just between us, throw in a few more just to make sure that everything is working really well for you, and the additional 30 bonus TV commercials per month. This is a $3,000 additional value just for committing to us long term. And I say commitment for long term because I'll tell you why in a second. Talking a little bit about ROI and how we can provide that for you. This was some information that I gathered from information that's out there on the internet, and a little ROI slide. At a $5,500 a month investment for the first 6 months, each client approximately $3,000 for 6 treatments, if I'm not mistaken, based on the information that's out there on the internet for GainsWave. If we can bring you 10 new prospects a month, and 75% of them become clients, that's the about average for other practices who are doing the GainsWave procedure. And the average margin, again, this is all information that I've gathered from published information on GainsWave practices and things like that. 75% of the individuals who reach out to you to learn more about the treatment become patients, and with a 75% margin, you gross about $2,250 profit. If 7.5 of those individuals undergo the treatment every single month, that's a gross revenue of $16,875 and a 3-to-1 return on your investment. Now, if somebody told me I could get a 3-to-1 return on my investment, I'd be in every single day. Again, it's hypothetical, but it's based in research. So just keep that in mind when considering the plan. A few things. All we would ask for on our side is to, once we get everything rolling, if everything looks good to you and you want to proceed to the next step, we would meet with your staff. So if anybody calls and has questions based on information that's out there, we can make sure everything's in line, because you don't want somebody calling up and saying, hey, I saw this on TV, and then you don't want any mixed messages. We want everything consistent, so that's all we would ask. A quarterly campaign review. Now, I say quarterly. You can see me or talk to me as much as you want. If you'd like to meet once a month and optimize, I'm happy to do it. If you don't want to hear from me, it's awesome too. But I will be asking for a viewership of the Google Analytics on your website, and from that, I'll optimize your campaign. So what I like to do is, when I look at the back end of my clients' websites, I can actually watch in real time after a commercial plays their Google Analytics spikes. Because what people do is, when they see the commercial, maybe they don't get everything, maybe they want to learn more, so they pick up their phone and they go to the website that's provided. So we can watch that in real time, and what we'll do is we'll optimize your schedule based on when people are coming to your website. And flexibility, things come up. We have the Olympics coming up next year. Special events come up. We can absolutely be flexible with where your media is placed, because we want it to be successful. So we have the ultimate flexibility, and when I said soft contract, what I meant was all we ask for is 30-day notice. You know, there's no long-term contracts, there's no obligation, but we do ask to give it, you know, between 90 and 120 days to get people involved in your practice. You're going from a relatively unknown commodity on a larger scale, so you want to familiarize yourself with them over the course of 90 to 120 days. But again, no obligation, just a 30-day notice. That's all I've got. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email. We get more about it. If you have any questions on anything that I presented, I would love to follow up. Like I said, I'm going to send you this video. I'm going to send you the slide deck so you can read through it at your own pace. And if you have any other questions, again, please feel free to ask away. Thank you so much for sitting through and watching this, and I look forward to hearing from you.